If you've ever typed how to make money online into YouTube at 11 o'clock at night, then watched 4 videos in a row, and then somehow felt less confident about what to do than when you started, I want to talk to you for a few minutes because here's what I think happened. You didn't find a lack of answers. You found too many. There was dropshipping and Amazon, crypto, AI bots, some guy in front of a rented Lamborghini telling you that his method is the easiest thing in the world, if you buy his course, that is. And somewhere in there, a quiet little thought showed up, the one that goes, is any of this actually real, or is it all kind of a scam? I'll be honest with you, most of it kind of is. Not illegal scam where people get sued or go to jail, though sometimes that happens too. No, I mean the softer version. The kind where it technically works for somebody somewhere, but for a beginner, the odds are so bad that you'd be better off just walking away. Because a scam takes your money, but a bad business model takes your time. And for most people, time is the more expensive one. So today, I'm not gonna add another new shiny thing to the pile, another make money online business opportunity that you've gotta consider. Instead, I'm gonna do the opposite. I'm gonna take the most popular ways people try to make money online, and I'm gonna run every single one through the same 5 filters. Same test, applied evenly, no favorites. And I can do this because over the past 10 years, I've tried all of them. And here's the promise. I'm not gonna move the goalposts. We're gonna use the same 5 questions for everything, including the thing that I'm eventually going to recommend. By the end, you'll see why almost all of them fall apart for a beginner, and which one is the only business model that I'd actually be comfortable telling a friend to start. First though, a real quick bit about me, just so you know that I'm not guessing here. Over the past 10 plus years, I built 3 different 7-figure online businesses. I've worked with more than 1,500 small businesses, and I've run thousands of campaigns, and today I do it all as a one-person operation with 0 employees. So the business models that I'm about to walk you through, I've tried myself, I've worked alongside people doing them, and I've seen enough of the real numbers to know where the traps are. So here's the test. There's just 5 questions, and every business model goes through all 5. Filter 1, what it costs to start. This is how much money you need before you can even get started. Because if it takes $10,000 to find out whether you're any good at it, that's not just a bad business model. That is a dangerous gamble that you don't want to make. Filter 2, can a beginner actually do this? Not, is it technically possible for some gifted genius out there to make it work? Because anything's possible, but I'm talking about realistically with no audience and no experience, can you get this off the ground and actually make money with it? Filter 3, what you keep. Here we're talking about profit, actual money in your pocket. This isn't just what you sell and how much you make overall. This is far more important than that. This is what's actually left over after everyone else takes their cut. And I can tell you from experience that a business can move a lot of money and look very impressive on paper, but then leave you with almost nothing, which we don't want any of that. Filter 4, and this is the one that most people never even think to ask. Does it keep coming? In other words, do you get paid once and then have to start over from 0 every single time? Or does the work that you did last month still pay you this month? That difference is the whole game. Recurring revenue is the real goal here. And filter 5, and this is the one that nobody talks about, and it's my personal favorite. Could you say it out loud at a dinner party without wincing? I'm serious. I want you to picture this for a second. Somebody asks you what you do, and you either get to say something that you're a little bit proud of, or you mumble something and change the subject because you don't want to admit it. This final filter matters more than most people admit because the stuff that you're embarrassed by is the stuff that you quietly quit, just walk away from. Okay, now that we've got a grip on these, let's run them. First up, dropshipping. This is where you set up an online store, list products from a supplier, and when somebody buys something, the supplier ships it straight to them so you never have to touch the product. Startup cost, actually pretty low, a couple $100 maybe. This one passes our test, so credit where it's due here. And look, some people genuinely do make this work. I'm not gonna pretend that nobody's ever built a real business on it. They have, but here's where it falls apart for a beginner. What you keep, as in your profit, is thin, like very thin. After the product cost and the shipping and the refunds and the money you spend on ads, you might only keep 15 or 20 cents on every dollar that you sell. Sometimes less. So you could move $10,000 worth of stuff and keep maybe $1,500. And there's nothing recurring about it. Every month you start over at 0 and have to sell it all again. As for the dinner party test, well, try saying this one with a straight face. I run ads to sell cheap products that I don't make, don't touch, and don't control. Well, for most people, that's a fail. So passes 1 filter, stumbles on 4. Next, Amazon FBA, which basically means Amazon stores and packs and ships your products for you, which is admittedly a genuinely nice service. Except now your startup costs jump. Unlike dropshipping here, you're buying inventory up front, often a few $1,000s worth, and sometimes a whole lot more. And Amazon takes its cut on top of your already thin margins. You got the same problem with the recurring side too. It's one sale at a time, every time. Every successful Amazon seller I know has the same thing in common. They are obsessed. They spend hours a day checking numbers and watching rankings and adjusting prices and fighting off copycats who swarm in the second that a product works. This makes this less of a business model and more of a full-time second job that you're not allowed to take a vacation from. Now, it can absolutely work, but it is not a good beginner starting point. Then there's software. Build an app, sell it, collect subscriptions forever. And honestly, I love this model. The margins are beautiful because once it's built, each new customer is almost pure profit, and it's recurring revenue by design. People pay every month, so this scores top marks on both of those. I'll also give it full marks on the dinner party test. I built a piece of software. That sounds great. But the difficulty here is off the charts, especially for a beginner. Good developers cost a fortune, and cheap ones cost you far more in the long run. I mean, yes, you can vibe code it, but that means so can anybody else as well. I've got friends with very successful software companies, and so I asked every one of them if they'd recommend this business model to someone who was just starting out. Well, the answers across the board were no, definitely not, and no. And not because software is a bad business model. I mean, it's a great business model. It's just that the cost, the complexity, and the learning curve are brutal when you're starting from zero. So yes, it's a beautiful business model. It's just the wrong starting point. Now, if you've been around this world for a bit, two more are probably in your head right now, and they're legitimate options. So I'm not going to dodge them. Let's start with freelancing. This is writing, design, editing, selling a skill on Upwork or Fiverr, and it's a real option. It's low cost to start, you keep most of what you can charge, and you can absolutely say it out loud and not feel ashamed. On 3 of the 5 filters, this is the best thing that we've looked at so far. But look at filter number 4. Does it keep coming? Well, freelancing is you renting out your hours. 1 hour, 1 paycheck. The second you stop working, the money stops with it. What this means is that you haven't built a real business. You've built a job with extra steps and no boss to cover you when you happen to get sick. Yes, it's a great way to make money, but it's a hard way to make money that keeps coming week after week and month after month. And then there's content creation, or in other words, becoming a creator. This is where you start a channel, build an audience, and get paid. I do this one, it pays, so I'm the last guy who's gonna knock it. But as a starting point, this fails filter 2 harder than almost anything on the board. Building an audience from zero is the single slowest, least predictable thing that you can do. Most people post for a year or 2 to an empty room, they get discouraged, and they quit. Content creation is a great way to grow something that you've already got going, but it's a rough way to start when you've got nothing yet. I'm not saying not to do this at all. I'm just saying that you don't want to bet your ability to pay rent on this being the thing that pays you next month or even next year. So we've run them. The popular ones, the fair ones, and if you're feeling even just a little bit deflated right now, that's normal. That's the exact feeling that sends people back to YouTube at 11 o'clock at night and looking for the next shiny thing. But before you do that, I want you to notice something. I didn't write this test to make any one model lose. I just kept asking the same 5 questions, and the models, one by one, knocked themselves out. So now the real question is this. Is there anything that's cheap enough to start with nothing, simple enough for a beginner to actually succeed with, profitable enough to actually be worth doing, something that keeps paying you month after month, and something that you're not embarrassed to talk about? Well, obviously there is, and it's the one I haven't run yet. The agency model. Now, I know, agency sounds fancy, but it really isn't. An agency just means that you provide a service to a business owner for a fee. That's it. You don't need an office, you don't need a team, you don't need a fancy brand. At the start, an agency can literally just be you, solving one specific problem for one specific type of business, and they pay you for it, usually month after month. Let me give you an example though of what this looks like in real life. A dentist wants more patients, and he knows that getting more 5-star reviews on Google is gonna help him do that. But he's not gonna sit down and figure out how to go get those reviews. I mean, he's busy being a dentist, and he doesn't wanna become a marketer. So you set up one simple system that does it for him. It goes out there, gets him more Google reviews on autopilot, and for doing that, he pays you every month in order to keep it running. Well, that's the whole business model right there. So let's run this through the exact same test. All 5 filters, no special treatment here. What it costs to start? Well, almost nothing. You can begin with free tools, a simple offer, and a way to reach business owners. A social media account, which is free, a free way to take payments like Stripe or PayPal, maybe $15 for a domain name if you're feeling fancy, and you can start this weekend without gambling your savings. Next, can a beginner actually start and succeed with this? Well, here's where I want to be straight with you, because this is the spot where most of these videos just flat out lie to you. Just like every other business model out there, it's not easy. Getting that first client takes real effort, not the half-assed I tried for 20 minutes kind. But unlike most of the other business models out there, it is simple. You pick a type of local business, you find one problem they have, and you offer one solution. You're not building up inventory, you're not hiring developers or waiting a year for an audience to hopefully show up. So it's hard in the sense that it takes work, but it's simple in the sense that you always know what the next step is. And that's the difference that matters. Simple and easy just aren't the same thing. And simple is what a beginner actually needs. Okay, what you keep? Well, here you're selling a service, not a product. So there's almost no cost to deliver it. Most of what you charge is yours to keep. And does it keep coming? Well, this is the one that freelancing just couldn't pass. But with an agency, you set it up once, so the same client pays you every month, even in the weeks that you don't touch it. You do the work once to get them results, and the payments keep showing up. That's the difference between renting your time and building something that lasts. And the dinner party test. Someone asks you what you do, and you get to say, I run a marketing agency, or I help local businesses get more customers. Nobody slowly sets down their glass. Nobody says, oh, in that tone that means, I have no idea what you just said, but I'm worried about you financially. None of that happens because it's a real answer to a real question. So we're 5 for 5. The only one on the board. And I want to be careful here because 5 for 5 is exactly the kind of a little too perfect claim that should make you suspicious. So let me say what it actually means. It doesn't mean that the agency model is magic. And I'm not going to tell you that it's the easiest thing in the world. You've heard that line before, usually right before someone tries to sell you something. What I am saying is that it's one of the few models out there where the hard part is actually worth it. Software might be a better business than an agency someday, and content might be incredible for you somewhere down the road. But as the place to start from zero, this is the one that doesn't fall apart. Now let me be straight with you about one more thing, because I know how this sounds. The more that I talk this up, the more that it starts to sound like every pitch that you've heard before and you've learned not to trust. So let me knock this down just a little bit. The agency model is not perfect. It takes effort, and your first client won't fall out of the sky. What I'm telling you is that when you line it up against everything else, same test, evenly applied, it's the one that's left standing. Cheap to start, simple to understand, you keep what you earn, it keeps coming, and you're not embarrassed to talk about it. And I know I said it before, but that last one matters more than you think, because you and I both know that the businesses that people are ashamed of are the ones that they quietly abandon. Pride in your work is what makes you show up on those slow days. Here's the part that I really want you to hear though, because it's bigger than picking a business model. The reason I most often recommend the agency model isn't just the margins or the low startup cost. It's what you actually walk away with. You learn how to get a business its customers. And once you know how to do that, like really know it, you are never fully dependent on a single paycheck ever again. That skill doesn't disappear in a layoff. It travels with you. This is the closest thing to security in a world where steady job doesn't mean what it used to. That's the real reason behind all those late night searches, isn't it? It was never really about getting rich. It was about knowing that if your paycheck disappeared tomorrow, you'd be okay. So here's the whole thing in one sentence. Pick one type of local business near you and help them get more reviews. That's it. That's the whole business. Dentists, roofers, med spas, chiropractors, plumbers, whatever's near you. They all want more reviews, and none of them want to figure out how to ask for them. So you can be the person who handles it for them. And on the tools side, I'll keep this short because this isn't a software video. There's one platform that I run basically my entire operation on, which is how I do it all with 0 employees. It's linked down below if you ever want it. But the tool is the easy part. The model is what matters, and the model is what we just walked through. Now there's a real question that comes right after this one, and it's the question that actually stops most people. It's not which business model, we just answered that. It's, okay, how do I get that very first client when nobody knows who I am yet? That's the part that everybody skips, and it's the part that decides whether any of this works. That's why I put together a free training that I've got linked up right here that's gonna walk you through exactly how to get that first client, without quitting your job, without burning anything down, just building something of your own while you've still got that steady paycheck behind you. It's linked right here. Tap or click that now. I'll see you in there in just a second.